remember that because we did it.
You remember that? It was like that time when we did that. I don't know if I like this is up my ass. Ooh.
What did you?
Oh.
He's knocking stuff over.
Wait, this whole thing loses the.
Oh, your juice?
Can you hear that?
Yes.
My juice.
We don't lose anything, believe me.
Is there something?
We lose nothing.
Just the color. We just don't know what color it is. We know that it's juice.
We know that it exists.
We know that it exists, but we don't know what color it is. Purple.
It's great.
I hear footsteps upstairs.
Uh-oh.
The pitter patter of non-little feet walking down the stairs.
Bum, 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 bum.
Podcasting. I just feel like this is an awkward position to be sitting in.
I think if we were in another situation where it was you and I kind of facing each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
If
well,
you're
you're sitting rather
provocative.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's provocative. It's a provocative position that your body is in.
This is great. I'm actually thinking I'm going to really like podcasting because they have to infer how I'm actually...
They don't really know. They just can't. They cannot quite see how you are sitting.
You could describe it, but it
will not. It will never do it justice. The way that you are sitting right now is not. I don't know that there is description.
I think the description.
Not descriptive words.
Well, for me, the description would be like, draw me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, that's
pretty.
That's
pretty
a reoccurring.
close.
I think that's a very reoccurring joke.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it's not just us.
Right. You need to have a sip of my coffee.
Oh, that's great audio.
It's really awkward to try to drink it with the microphone in the position that it's in.
Once again, they have to infer that too. It's even
And
better.
I'll take a picture of it, and if you're following me on Twitter,
I can't sit like that anymore.
live tweeting our podcast.
Live tweeting our podcast.
I should live tweet it right now. I'm going to totally tweet it.
Guess what we're doing in the basement?
Guess what we're doing in the basement? And if you guessed it's podcasting, then you would be wrong.
Sean, I'm going to ask you a kind of serious question.
Now? You're going to ask me a serious question now?
Yeah. What's your policy on microphone farts?
Good thing there's a pop filter, I guess.
Yeah, but the pop filter would absorb a little.
It's true. They are very inexpensive, so I'm not sure that they'll hold the smell.
They're polyester.
Yeah, they're polyester.
You'd be all right.
We'll just pour
fart
really
jokes.
hot McDonald's coffee on them.
Oh. What?
That's a dated... That's what happens. When I think of polyester, I think of scalding hot McDonald's coffee.
Oh.
I don't know why. That's the association. This is drooping. This is drooping. It's touching my chest.
Yeah,
now.
because it's
touching
not
my
tight enough.
chest now.
This
the
is
microphone
fantastic.
is touching my chest. I got to move it. Hopefully it's not too loud.
Oh, it's loud enough, but I think everyone knows.
We're peeling back the
I want to
that's not what I meant.
Finish that statement. I want to hear
it. I meant breaking the fourth wall. I don't know why I was thinking peeling.
Peeling back.
We're gonna peel back the fourth wall. The skin of the fourth wall. That's gross. So if you're listening to this in your car, now you've just had to imagine peeling.
Isn't that
back.
a weird thing to think about, that there is the potential now for somebody to be listening to us on their morning commute? There
is somebody that I know specifically who will listen to our show if it is something he can do on his morning commute.
So cool.
So now we're doing this just for you.
So we could actually
person that's going to remain name.
So we could actually potentially be causing accidents.
I hope not. Do not text and drive. That is
or
the
laugh
worst thing.
too hysterically.
Don't laugh too hysterically
at our
yes.
shenanigans.
I do not want to be the cause of that kind of stupidity in the vehicle. Do not listen to our podcast if you're driving, basically. So if you're
Yeah,
driving right
right.
now, stop listening to the podcast.
No, don't tell him that.
Is this on an? I mean, if it's not on an iPod, is it truly a? I mean, it really begs the question about podcasting. I mean, who's gonna? Are you
It's-
begging? Are you begging the question?
No, nobody's begging. I think it's a semantics question anymore
Yeah,
because podcasting is just the general term
it
for
just kind of means a syndicated broadcast of.
not even syndicated.
Well, it's like you can't say broadcast because it's not really going over the air or anything. I found my lighting dimmer, by the way. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna add some mood lighting.
You're
here
gonna
for
make this
everybody.
even more uncomfortable than my seating position.
Yeah, slightly by dimming the lights a bit. I'm going to light a candle.
What
And
flavor?
play some mood music.
A
A Yankee Doodle candle.
a
It smells like the Yankees.
Wait, the baseball team or
Whatever. Whatever you might think.
oh boy,
There's a baseball team called the Yankees.
the entire internet just screamed at you. Sports.
Sports. Here, now we're going to do our sports segment. Sports. End of segment.
End of segment. The worldwide
How about them
leader.
Brooklyn Dodgers?
Aw.
Too soon?
Aw.
I don't know.
This is the best podcast ever with absolutely nowhere to go and no idea what we're
We
doing.
have nowhere to go but down.
Oh! That's for another podcast.
See, the thing about it, though, is that I'm getting very warm, and you can't tell because you can't see me.
I know, for some reason, anytime we do a production, whether it's on camera or off, I always get stupid hot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
oh my God. This is just awful.
It's going off the rails in the Swayze train.
Yeah,
that's
there
for
you
sure.
go. Did you just learn how to play that?
Yeah, you know what? I just learned how to play at least the intro to Crazy Train. But I should do it. Should do the rendition Swayze Train.
Yeah.
So maybe when I learn the rest of the song, we'll do it.
Okay, I'll write it. We're good.
Um,
See, being an audio podcast lends itself really well to doing music.
that's true.
So,
We will have to do an episode where we do songs, and we'll do that if
And
we do it. When we
yeah.
do it.
yeah. And we also, I mean, audio, once again, because you can't see us, we could do little segments with other characters and, like, we could do stuff.
Yeah, right. We could do the Mayo and Funnel radio drama. I actually have a copy. I think it's on my bookshelf upstairs of a radio drama version of Star Wars.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, we should do it and get a Foley artist to do sound effects.
A Foley artist for Mayo and Funnel.
A Chris Rock and Axel Foley. know
What? What are you even saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. I think I was thinking Chris Farley.
Chris Rock.
And then I was like Rock, and then I meant Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh boy,
Hey, the printer's going off.
that's hot.
That's pretty nice. It's a Canon. It can do.
Wait, we're not
it can
allowed.
do full bleed.
We're not allowed to say brand names, so it's a bazooka. Wait, that's a
No,
brand
I
name.
meant it was a Canon. I
Oh,
didn't
you
mean
mean
it
like
was
a physical?
Didn't mean it was a brand name.
No,
It shoots the paper out of it. It's a
because that's the sound a cannon makes.
one that prints paper.
That's a very fun cannon. There would be no wars if that's what a cannon sounds.
Or there would be lots of wars because people would want to hear that sound constantly.
Fantastic.
They'd really, really, really want to hear it.
This, honestly, I think that this entire podcast, at least in this form, is an exercise in small talk.
It certainly is. It's also my all-time favorite thing to watch or listen to, people talking about the thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
This thing is awesome, this thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're talking about it.
We're talking about that, so it's so deep. It's
Yes.
just
It's very deep. What's our time right now? I guess it's Since we're not tracking time, we might want to start tracking time.
We're at 16 minutes.
Okay. Well, we should probably. I don't know. Should we? How long is a podcast
I don't
usually?
see, and that's just it. A podcast can be any length, but I've heard it go from hours and hours. I suggest somewhere around the 20-minute mark.
Okay. So we're looking for some comments from our listeners about what would be considered a reasonable ingestion of our lovely voices in your ears, in your ear holes. How long can you actually stand
How
to
can you
hear
tolerate
us
the insanity?
ramble on?
That's what we're going to become. We're going to become one of those like internet challenges. How long can you listen to them?
How long? Right. Yeah, exactly right. Before you throw your iPhone 7 across the room that you can't listen
Or
to
your
anything
Galaxy No. Oh wait. Too topical. Too topical. Move on. Move on.
Move on.
No topics. No topics.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Lightning
Dun,
bolt.
dun, 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 dun.
How about that no headphone jack?
Too topical. Move on.
Too topical.
Too topical.
How about that cream? Too topical.
And New York. That's good. I like that one. Well done.
Touche. I don't know.
Cream.
Touche cream.
Oh, why isn't that a thing?
It's a cream called a touche.
Touche thin cream.
It's a touche thin cream.
Oh, there you go. So with that,
With that, I think we're going to wrap up this first podcast.
oh,
and,
we need to get a better plan.
because actually it's not that long because there's that whole long part that we probably cut out that you haven't heard.
Yeah,
unless you want to go find the special Easter egg version of this.
The special edition.
The special edition of this first Place Name Here podcast.
Yeah. Which
yeah.
yeah. And
This is much easier to set up, I have to say, from a technical standpoint. I hope it sounds good. I hope our voices are clear and evenly balanced with little to no noise.
It sounds good.
There certainly shouldn't be any pops because we have these wonderful pop filters.
If you really, really pop into it, yes, but...
The Pennsylvania P pencil.
Well, you're not, if you talk right into it.
I'm not going to. I'm going to do this thing I learned in that one thing where you stick your finger in front of your mouth so when you pop your P's, it goes around your finger.
Yeah. Nobody knows any clue what you're doing right
I
now.
stuck my finger in front of my mouth.
And with that, I think we're done with our first episode.
And with that, the moral of the story is when you're popping your P's, stick your finger in front of your mouth.